From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
Exciting great news about your $1,400 stimulus check as we go into the afternoon. As the Social Security Administration does send to Janet Yellen today information to get the stimulus checks out the door. Could that stimulus checks be crashing into your bank accounts next week? Of all the details as well. Meantime, the President of the United States holds a major press conference and he talks about a lot of stuff, including your stimulus check. Of all the details, including that and the fourth stimulus, raising taxes, and other details across the board. Meantime, exciting news as there is a new push to get rid of the filibuster. This was a topic that was discussed by Elizabeth Warren just a few days ago. And could it be actually happening? And could it be the signal to get the stimulus passed you desperately need? Meantime, SBA delivers a shocker. One shocker about the loan at EIDL and another about the grant. Meantime, did this letter from Richard Neal yesterday, the representative to SSA, underestimate the extent of the issue? And is the issue actually quite bigger? Are there millions of more Americans who have not gotten the stimulus check, including those not on SSA? A new video from the CDC talks about the new concerns about the variants and the new concerns about the spreading. Meantime, shockingly great news from California that was announced minutes ago. It's a big day, and there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's all starting to formulate into something very good. Let's see how it goes as Afternoons LA gets into high gear, starting right now. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing? Great news across the board, and exceptionally great news, especially if you're a California resident. That announcement happened minutes ago. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, just announced that all residents of all ages who are adults over 18 years of age, will be able to get a vaccine on April 16th. Wow. In no less than about a couple weeks from now, everyone in the state of California will be able to get a vaccine in the state of California. Really exciting, great news. But big news about your $1,400 stimulus check, third stimulus check, and that's happening just seconds ago. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe because, boy, am I on top of the news. There's things happening left and right, and there's a lot of news today. And this will be a supersized recording. I'm back with you with one other recording before we go into evenings. Make sure you subscribe. Also like this video. Let's get to the breaking details, which I started with. This letter from Representative Neal demanded last night that Social Security deliver to Janet Yellen documentation to provide stimulus checks to 30 million Americans who are on benefits. I detailed to you earlier today that I believe that the problem is far bigger than this letter, but incredible great news. The incredible great news is that those details have now been delivered. Those details have now been delivered. I can now report to you that this morning on the East Coast at 8:48 a.m., the files at issue that are addressed in the Neal letter were delivered. They were delivered today, so congratulations. Those letters, those files that were needed were transferred to Treasury, to Janet Yellen today at 8:48 a.m., March 25th, Thursday, from SSA to Treasury. And this was after that letter from Richard Neal that said the problem is only people on benefits. The problem's bigger than that. But at least there's progress on this front. This amounts to 30 million Americans who are on benefits that may have not got to their stimulus checks because of this so-called issue, an issue that viewers of this channel don't agree with, but at least we have progress. Now the IRS needs to do its job and get these overdue payments out to suffering American. Further delays will not be tolerated by this committee, said a new statement. So this is as Yellen delivered a first wave, not last Friday, but the Friday before, delivered a second wave last Friday. Could Yellen deliver a third wave tomorrow that would make it available in direct deposits next Thursday? We shall see. I don't know the turnaround time in which Yellen can push out the direct deposits, tomorrow, so that they land next Thursday. But they've had the information since the start of today, which is Thursday, and last Friday was the day they pushed them out so that they would land by the following Thursday. So let's see if she can get what she needs to get done. Ultimately, and I know where we've been today throughout this channel. We don't necessarily agree upon the Neal letter as the reason why the problem occurred. His claim of why the problem occurred does not line up. Because why? More people than the people covered in his letter have not gotten stimulus checks. And so ultimately, his letter doesn't fix potentially the problem for all people who haven't gotten stimulus checks. If you've been watching me throughout the day, it has been shocker galore. The day started with the shocking development that a video released from the White House that talked about your stimulus from Janet Yellen was removed from the White House. They yanked the video. The video, which I detailed throughout today on this channel, featured Janet Yellen saying yesterday that stimulus checks would land by direct deposit over the next few days to weeks, which was not the president's message. That video has now been yanked by the White House. Not particularly clear. Boy, it is all sort of shocking. Also shocking was some of the statements by the president during a press conference that went live about half an hour ago. You saw some of it on this channel. I cut away because a lot of it had to do with international policies, which I don't cover on this channel. But one of the president's messages that he said during that press conference were the following. First, the president announced he will seek a second term. So while he had initially suggested this was going to be a one-term run for him, he said that he would seek a second term. If he does seek a second term, he would be the oldest president ever to serve office. He would start at age 81. Number two, he said that next week you will see the next package. I call it forced stimulus. You can call it infrastructure. He called it infrastructure. You will see next week the next package. The next package, the forced stimulus package, is just, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be like walking on hot coals. It has a lot of issues at it. He also confirmed that the next package involves raising taxes, or at least his attempt to raise taxes. This would be capital gains taxes, inheritance taxes, corporate tax, and also wealth tax. Then he also signaled a real surpriser, which was he is going to try to potentially get rid of the filibuster if he has to. More about that in a second. I have a video from Elizabeth Warren about that. That's a real shocker. That one surprised me. And his bill next week will be $3 trillion. Larger than your stimulus package this time. Yeah. So let me cut back to where we are on the $1,400 third stimulus check. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits, if you aren't, if you file taxes, if you don't file taxes, if you got the first and second stimulus check easily by direct deposit, if you didn't, all viewers of all walks of life have and have not got to their stimulus check. What's important for you to know is that while you may be in the comments and see other people who haven't gotten it, there is someone that has gotten something somewhere from every bank. So the banks have not been the culprits. The culprit has been Yellen. Yellen has not gotten stimulus checks out to everyone. A week ago yesterday, on the 17th, on St. Patrick's Day, these were the big banks that paid stimulus checks to viewers. Now, understand, I had viewers on SSI and SSDI who got stimulus checks within 24 hours. Not this week, not the week before, but the week before that. Nearly 3 weeks ago, they got stimulus checks. Those were Bank Chime and Cash App. Then the following Monday, they got stimulus checks with H&R Block and also TurboTax. But last Thursday, not yesterday, but St. Patrick's Day, these banks paid checks to viewers of this channel. Citizens Bank, PNG, Bancorp, Chime, PayPal, NetSpend, Green Dot. Also People United Bank, US Bank, PNC, Capital One Bank, Lake Michigan, USAA, Union Bank, MetaBank, MX Bluebird, Navy Federal, BTT, Wood Forest, also Bank America, Chase, Wells Fargo, H&R Block, and TurboTax. Yesterday, this channel had about 500,000 to about 1 million views. And of those viewers, no less than about 200 total said they got a stimulus check yesterday. Not good numbers. 99% of viewers did not get a stimulus check. Of those 200 or so that got stimulus checks, these were the banks: PNC, Wells, Arvest, US Bank, Chase, Direct Express, Green Dot, Citizens Bank, Bank America, H&R Block, Regional Bank, and TD Bank. What's important to understand is that the problem is not a bank situation. It's not that one bank is paying it and another bank isn't paying it. Why? Because every single bank has paid a stimulus check to every viewer of this channel. It's just some viewers are just not getting stimulus checks. And at the moment, we don't particularly know why. The Neal letter is not accurate in suggesting that only people on SSI or SSA or SSDI did not get stimulus checks. No, I have people not on benefits who did not get stimulus checks. His suggestion that Yellen doesn't know where you are, viewers didn't buy either. Viewers didn't buy it because why? You got the first and second stimulus check by direct deposit right away. Two, you got a letter recently from Yellen that said, hi, you got your second stimulus check, your Trump stimulus, 600 recently in the mail. We want to make sure you got it. You got that letter, that follow-up letter saying, hi, I want to make sure you got your stimulus check. Also, you had the Yellen video from yesterday. It says, we have everything about you. Finally, we have all the advisories from Yellen and Mnuchin over the last year that said, we know where you are. We don't need to know anything else about you. Don't do the non-filer filing because we know where you are. Only case in which we don't know where you are, you got a child, we don't know about the child, or you just went on benefits. So Neal's contention that today's delivery of the funds from Social Security to Yellen solves the problem is his statement. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm positive for the situation. I'm positive for the situation as we sit here and wonder, where are our stimulus checks? Whatever gets it out the door, let's get it out the door. This may not be the fix. Let's hope it is. But what I want you to understand is that I don't want you to focus too much on what is the fix, just that it needs to be fixed. More about that in a second. But let me cut to what went on today about this filibuster. Boy, part of the problem about getting stimulus done, enforced stimulus, is there's a Senate filibuster. And that Senate filibuster has been a very big topic of discussion. Today, the President of the United States, just about an hour ago, said he is willing to yank the Senate filibuster if he can. There was a new video released by Elizabeth Warren just a few days ago saying, let's yank the Senate filibuster. Let's tune in and understand why the president wants to yank this to get the next stimulus package out the door. Let's watch this, and I'll have more about your stimulus check in just a second.
Filibuster.
The filibuster.
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 Here's what it is, and here's why it stinks. For a vote on a bill to take place, a few things have to happen. 1, a bill is brought to the floor. 2, senators debate the bill. 3, senators in debate. 4, senators vote on the bill. Majority wins. That's the way the founders intended it to go, at least. Here's the hitch. In 1806, Aaron Burr, yes, the one who killed Alexander Hamilton in a duel, Aaron Burr said that the Senate had too many rules and should get rid of some. One rule that got tossed in the trash can, the rule that said any senator could propose a vote that would cut off debate. That means this step could, in theory, go on forever. For years, business generally went on as usual, but then Senator John Calhoun realized he could exploit this rule change to seize more power for southern slaveholding states by filibustering. In 1917, President Wilson, tired of the Senate that was obstructing more than voting, pressured the Senate to pass a rule to make sure that debate wouldn't hold up voting forever and ever. The Senate responded with a rule called Rule 22, also called a cloture vote. It looked like the other rule that Aaron Burr had thrown in the trash can, except for one enormous difference. To end debate, Rule 22 required a supermajority, or 2/3 of the Senate. Now, a small minority in the Senate could force a bill to get through 2 votes, a supermajority vote to end debate, and a simple majority vote to pass the bill. It made no sense.
And away they go. That is what President Biden looks to do, is potentially get rid of the filibuster. But here's another surprising detail which hit last night. I've been covering it throughout the day, and this is really one of the big shockers. The shockers concerns SBA and your money if you want something for your business. EIDL loans and EIDL grants have been a topic of this channel since last year. EIDL loans are collateralized if they're over $25,000. Last year, I advised viewers this channel that if you do not want an EIDL loan to be collateralized, take $24,900. Reduce the EIDL loan offer. Viewers were getting $50,000 loan offers. I said, if you don't want to be collateralized, take $24,900. It became a running gag because that was the number that they were telling SBA. And they're like, who's telling you $24,900? Me. So they kept on taking $24,900. As time went on, some viewers said, oh, the pandemic's going on longer than I thought. I should have taken more money and just allow myself to be collateralized. So they tried to increase their loans and they couldn't because SBA said, we're not allowing you to. For the first time since this channel launched in April of last year, SBA is now allowing you to increase your EIDL loans. This is huge, huge, huge great news. This has been a big topic. I get a lot of private messages every single day. When can I increase my EIDL loan? Now you can. If you want the details, go to sba.gov to see the details on it. It's this posting that's currently on SBA. And with that comes not so good news. What's going on with that EIDL grant? Oh, Lord. I have the surprising developments of that $5,000 EIDL grant you're looking forward to getting. Meantime, I'll have more about Representative Neal, and I'll have more about what the president's going to do in force stimulus next week. Yes, it's next week. The president confirmed today. Stay with me. In 60 seconds, I'll be back after this. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues tonight on evenings LALATE at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight, evenings LALATE. 90 minutes thereafter is Hazard Pay. Join me for those big 2 broadcasts. I'll have a lot of details as well. Boy, it is a big day. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You see how there's things happening across the board. I have an update for you right now. And if you've not if you've not liked this video, make sure you hit that like video. Let's see if we can do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 likes. Also, thank you for bringing us to, what are we at now? 390,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 400,000 by our birthday, our 1 year birthday. So very, very exciting news. If you're just joining me, this is where we are this evening or late this afternoon. SSA, Social Security Administration, has delivered those files to Yellen's department. So she got the files today. This is files on 30 million Americans that Representative Neal said were not getting their stimulus check. Viewers of this channel were asked earlier today, is there more than 30 million? They said, absolutely there is. I agree. There's somewhere between 50 to 100 million viewers, not viewers, 50 to 100 million citizens who have not gotten stimulus checks because it includes a lot more than people on benefits. People not on benefits tune into this channel and they're not getting their stimulus checks. People who file tax returns that Treasury knows about are not getting their stimulus checks. So there's a bigger issue that needs to be addressed, but at least this is great news to start. It'll make a push, and ultimately, the more you see people pushing to say, wait, there's unpaid stimulus checks, hopefully they get those done. The official statement from the White House was the president during a press conference today said millions of more checks are going out. He wouldn't say when or how many more millions. And of course, if you joined me this morning, you saw the shocking exclusive, world exclusive on this channel, where the White House yanked a Janet Yellen video off of the net that had said that more direct deposits were coming in the next few days or weeks, which was contradictory to her message on Monday. She also said, we don't need any information about you. We have your information, direct deposit information on file, which contradicts what Neal claims. Ultimately, it's turned into a big confusion of he says, she says. More about that in a second, and what she should do with that tracking tool to see if that stimulus check does come in the mail over the next few days. But first, a new video from the CDC warns that there is too many new powerful strains, including that one in New York, that they are worried that these strains may pick up. This is as news as California announced just about a half an hour ago that all residents of the state of California will be able to get vaccinated, every age who's an adult, starting April 16th. Let's listen into the CDC statement minutes ago.
And emergency department rates. What worries me is that while we have, about 24% of the population that has received one dose and about 13% of the population that is fully vaccinated. What concerns me is the footage of what's happening in spring breakers, in people who are not continuing to implement prevention strategies while we get fully scaled up. We're at 13%. We need to be much higher than that to feel like we have adequate protection around this country. So the early data are really encouraging, and that's why I'm so, I emphasize how we need to hang in there for just a little while longer, because we can see a time in the next couple of months where we will have a lot more people vaccinated and we will really be able to blunt infection rates. We're still hanging out at 55,000 cases a day, and we're watching what's happening in people who are vacationing right now, and that concerns me a lot.
And also concerning was SBA today. What happened with SBA today and yesterday? Well, if you saw the first half of this video, I said great news about the EIDL loan. Really great news. You can now increase it. Yes, this is hugely great news. And then came bad news. If you go to sba.gov, it now seems to suggest, and let's hope it gets changed, it now seems to suggest that they're never going to go live with any new grant under Biden's stimulus. Remember, the Biden stimulus has an EIDL grant of $5,000 if you're 10 employees or less and you had a downturn of your business during the pandemic of 30 to 50%. And it says that they have to go live with that EIDL grant within a certain number of days after it becomes law. How many videos have I made about that? Just a couple. Well, guess what it looks like, at least looks like currently on SBA.gov, that they're never going to do it. That they're going to grab that money from Biden's stimulus and push it from EIDL 2021 to pay off unpaid EIDL grants from 2020. Oh. Moving goalposts, as I used to say back in 2020. During the commercial break, one viewer said, I'm an Uber Lyft driver. I just got an invitation for my EIDL grant of 2020. Congratulations to that viewer. But you see what's going on is that that money was supposed to be for new 2021 applicants, and now it's looking like it ain't. Elsewhere, what is the president going to be doing with forced stimulus? Well, the new indication says the forced stimulus will be $3 trillion. It will be attempt to be done by raising taxes, wealth taxes, inheritance taxes, corporate taxes, and capital gains taxes, and that the provisions of it will be introduced next week, the White House confirms. There's a reason why the White House had the president have a press conference today. One, because there was a lot of discussion about the border. And second, there was a lot of discussion about forced stimulus. And he's trying to get the movement going for forced stimulus. Well, it's going to be a walk over coals because it ain't going to be an easy path. This is not going to be one of those that we saw before where things are just easy to go out the door. Let me tell you where the big update is right now and what you should do with that irs.gov tool. If you've gone to irs.gov and it shows no information for you, then you want to check it every day or two because it does get updated 1 to 3 times a week. That's the first thing. Second, don't go there too many times a day because some viewers say it locks you out after 5 attempts in one day. Next, if it does show information about mail and a check, then what you need to know is that the check date means it's referring to the date on the check. It's not saying the date that the check is going out. It's referring to the date on the check. It's also not referring to the date you get the check. So if it says March 31st mail, then that means that you will get a check eventually that says March 31st in the corner. The date of the check is March 31st. So what day would you get the check? You'd physically get the check 1 to 2 days ahead of that actual date because that's what Treasury usually does. They get the checks out ahead of time, so you get them 2 days generally before the effective date of the check. If you do that IRS check your stimulus tool and it provides no information, just watch it. Also use the transcript tool. There was a separate video about that yesterday on this channel. Finally, it's very, very possible that this Saturday, again, may be the monster day on this channel again. Remember last Saturday? Last Saturday, we went in thinking, oh, it's a weekend, there's not going to be many updates. And then suddenly viewers in the chat said, oh my God, I just went into irs.gov this Saturday and they updated it. And they say I'm getting a stimulus check next week. Or they say the stimulus check is coming in the mail next week. And suddenly there were thousands and thousands of updates from viewers on Saturday. The following Monday, we learned why, because IRS made the last push, the second wave, last Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. So would Yellen make a push out of more stimulus checks tomorrow, and you'll see the results in irs.gov Saturday? Let's hope. That could be very, very exciting news. Let me jump into the live chat right now and see some of your comments. Guess what? The next video, I'll be more in the live chat. Our final video before Evenings LA will be an interactive chat, and I will be going over that as well. What about that one on the filibuster? Yes, so there is a big push, Jenny, for the filibuster. Yes, there is a very big push by Biden during this press conference to get rid of the filibuster. Bank of Minnesota Credit Union, nothing yet. Thank you for your comment. Let me see some other comments. Robert says it'll be another month since this got passed. Well said. Let me see some of the other comments. Hi, LA. It says Jacqueline. Hello, how are you? Many recipients haven't received the third stimulus check. That's absolutely true. And there's Regina saying, amen. Absolutely. SSI, no payment yet, says Denise. I got my check yesterday, says Alicia Arias. Congratulations. Thank you, LA, for the help, says Vanette. There you go. A lot of details, a lot of elements across the board. In the next video, I go live with you. I'll jump into the live chat to see if we can see more information about what's going on and whether we have any more clarity. But the big update is that Social Security has delivered the information to Yellen, and let's see if that makes a big push. It's all incredible, great news. I thank you for joining me on Afternoons LA. One more video. I'll be jumping into you live before Evenings LA. One more video in just 5 minutes from now. It's going to be the interactive one. So jump in, especially if you're on SSI SSDI Social Security Rural Benefits. As always, stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, and stay with LA for more.